Well, welcome everyone. I'm Colleen Rice, Executive Director of Leadership Medina County, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2008. So I'd like to introduce you tonight to Joel Halavity. He's the class of 2014, and he is the LMC Board President. He's a partner and attorney at France Ward LLP. Joel?
Thank you, Colleen. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the entire Board of Directors of Leadership Medina County, I just want to welcome you all to this 2021 program preview party. I know we'd all like to be partying in person, but hopefully we'll be able to do that sometime very, very soon. As Colleen said, I'm the current president of the Leadership Board, and I'm a graduate of the signature class of 2014. Today, you're all going to have the pleasure of hearing about the various programs offered by Leadership Medina County, specifically Junior Leadership, the LEAD Institute, and of course, the Signature Program. Then after you hear these summaries, you'll have the opportunity to visit with some alumni of these programs, to have some of your questions answered, and to hear from people who have actually gone through these programs. Now, I can tell you from my own personal experience that Leadership Medina County offers you a tremendous opportunity to engage in networking with other professionals who have a connection to Medina County. And at the same time, you get to learn a lot about Medina County and the businesses in Medina County, and also gain a better understanding of not only the community, but some of the issues that it faces. When I went through the program in 2014, it actually started in 2013, I had already lived in the county for actually many years, but I can tell you I was amazed at some of the things I learned going through the program. Some of the things that I did not know about the county and the businesses. And I also made a lot of friendships and good connections in going through the program. Now, some of you may be sitting there today thinking, well, I'm not leadership material. I'm not a potential leader. But please keep in mind that all leaders are different. Some people lead by actions. Some people lead by words. Some people are loud. Some people are quiet. Some people are more private. Some are more public. But I believe it was former President John Kennedy who said that most leaders aren't born, they're developed. And you can't you can't lead until you learn. And these various programs that Leadership Medina County offers are going to give you the opportunity to learn a lot about Medina County and its businesses, and also give you the opportunity to grow and develop as a person and as a leader. Now, before I turn it over to Carrie and Terry and Colleen, I want to take a minute just to recognize the sponsors of Leadership Medina County. These are all businesses who have a presence in Medina County and whose financial support helps subsidize the different programs and the different events offered by Leadership so that they can be offered to you on a much more cost-effective basis. We have Automation Tool and Die, Huntington Bank, RPM, Sandridge Food Corporation, the University of Akron, specifically the Medina campus where Leadership has its offices, Westfield Bank, and Westfield Insurance Company. So we also encourage you to please do what you can to support these organizations. So let me just finish by saying welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the presentations, and please do stay after the presentations and ask your questions and get further information from alumni of the programs. And I hope to see all of you later this year in one of the programs. With that, I will turn it over to Carrie. Carrie?
Thank you, Joel. Hi, my name is Carrie Park. I'm the Director of Junior Leadership of Medina County. I actually went through the signature program myself in 2016. So shout out to all of my classmates who are on today, particularly Ryan and Mark, who are trying their best to distract me right now by sending me texts and funny photos while I'm trying to be focusing on my script. Thanks. So basically, I echo exactly what Joel said about going through the program. I had only been in Medina myself for about a year when I went through the program, and unlike people who have lived here their whole lives and went, oh my gosh, I learned so much. I didn't know anything about Medina really, but I didn't expect to learn what I did. It truly is a you don't know what you don't know program. And what makes it even more special is the people that you meet along the way. It's very interesting to look back now and think that the people that I am so close to from my class of 2016, 5 years down the road, I only met with once a month for 9 months in a row. That's pretty shocking, honestly, to think that you could get such deep connections to people that you really weren't with that much. But it's the experience of the program that made it that deep and emotional and that much of a connective program. So that's not my point in talking today. My point is talking to you about junior leadership. Junior leadership is a program for high school juniors who reside in Medina County. Our mission is to help young leaders recognize their own potential and make a difference in their schools and community. I'm here today to give you the who, what, where, when, and why on my program. Notice I call it my program. It's totally my program. The who, they are 17-year-olds, and they are from 7 Medina County school districts, plus homeschools, and all Northeast Ohio private schools. As long as they reside in Medina County, they can join. We have kids this year from Walsh and from St. Ignatius, and we've had them from Lutheran West and other schools around Northeast Ohio. We focus on junior year because that is a very special and unique year. Saying that, each year in high school is different and special and unique. Freshmen, they're just babes in the woods. They're wide-eyed, getting used to the new environment. They have enough to think about without figuring out who they are and what they want to be. Sophomores, well, as the old saying goes, if you see someone crying in high school, it's either a sophomore or the parent of a sophomore. And juniors. Juniors are just, they're in the middle of a stress. It's a stress sandwich for them. They are thinking about their job coming up, college coming up. They really think that the world is all focused on them. All teenagers are, but they are halfway done with their school careers, their high school careers at least. They're waiting for the next phase, whether that's a job or college. It's coming at them fast. They're probably driving. They possibly are working. They're definitely on the brink of real adulthood. And believe it or not, they really want to contribute to society. They want to be empowered. They want to make a difference. And that's what this program is for them. So obviously it takes place right here in Medina County once a month, just like the signature program. August through April, they travel the county visiting businesses, nonprofits, government entities, and other interesting and informative places that help make our county what it is. We speak to many kinds of leaders. We ask them what they do. We ask them why they like Medina County. We ask them, more importantly, how they got where they are. Believe it or not, even with COVID, we have still managed to hold our class days. Some have been virtual, but many have been in person when the weather was nice outside. We will be back in person in April, I'm very excited to say. Last year, we doubled our program. We now offer 2 class days, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and we have a class size of 74 students. So what kinds of topics do we take on? Well, leadership strengths, career choices, collaborative processes, community service, quality of life, and particularly this year, mental health. We engage with organizations and programs that help enhance the quality of life here in Medina County. Last year, we brought the Dolly Parton Imagination Library to our county. The kids met with the governor and were congratulated on their hard work. This year, we're helping Sister to Sister, a program that has annually had an in-person event, and we're helping them overcome COVID challenges and still reach their audiences. So why have a junior leadership program? There's a ton of different things that kids can get into and get leadership experience. Well, mostly the program's just for me because I love it and I have a lot of fun doing it. It's encouraging, it's enlightening, it's invigorating to be around this group of young adults. But basically, these kids get to surround themselves with other kids who are just like them. As you can kind of think back to when you were in high school, it can be very cliquey. It can be very, the same people day in and day out. They get to meet kids from other school systems who are going through the same things that they're going through. And it's kind of an aha moment where it's like a pre-college, pre-job where suddenly you look left and right and you're like, wow, there are actually other people who are like me and they're around the county. And, this county can be a pretty small place, which is great when you're making connections and you're meeting people, but it can be a little confining as well when you're a kid and you think that it's only as big as your high school class. And so it's wonderful for them to get to know other kids that are just like them, well-meaning, leadership-oriented, and wanting to do great things in the world. So how do you apply? Well, current sophomores can go to our website and apply. It's somewhat rigorous, I have to let you know. There's no GPA requirement, there's no community service hours, but the application has several essays. It requires 2 recommendations, one from a family member, one from a community member, and then they have to make it through a phone interview with me on the phone, talking to me. They know how to talk. Trust me, it's not just texting. It's incredibly entertaining to do this as well. So if you have one of these people, if you know one of these people, please send them my way. If you have further questions, I'll be at one of the tables later on. So now I would like to introduce you to the director of the LEAD program, Terry Green.
The LEAD Institute is a fairly new program. We actually morphed our Emerging Leaders program into a LEAD Institute program last year. And that kind of came out of feedback that we had received from our Signature Leadership program. For people who had graduated, our alumni from the program, they kept asking for more professional development. So we kind of had already dipped our toes into that with our Emerging Leaders program, but wanted to actually broaden our audience in terms of people that could participate in the program to beyond emerging leaders, because we found out that a lot of our established leaders in Medina County also were interested in continuing to grow as leaders. So we've created the LEAD Institute, and this is our first year. We've got a couple of our classmates here today that you can talk to, Mark Riskowitz from 3M and Ashley Stevens from Huntington Bank. And they are currently experiencing this professional development program that we've been running this year. The LEAD Institute stands for Leadership Exploration and Development. And what differentiates this LEAD Institute from our signature program, probably most profoundly, is that it's a personal and professional development program for leaders. What we've got here in this program is it's a 9-month program that starts in September with an opening retreat and a graduation in May, which are both required class days. And within the 9-month period, what our participants will gain out of this program is the opportunity to learn more about themselves as leaders and how to stretch themselves beyond their comfort zones to become more effective leaders. So for instance, we've actually brought into the program a curriculum from the Kansas Leadership Center called Your Leadership Edge. And this is a book that we've used with this class this year, getting a lot of very positive feedback in it, because what it does is it challenges leaders to think beyond their comfort zones. And the 4 competencies that they will be learning out of this particular curriculum is how to diagnose situations, how to manage themselves, how to energize others to encourage leadership, and then also how to intervene skillfully. So they'll learn different concepts within those competencies that allow them to become more effective leaders. And the one thing that really attracted us to this particular curriculum was the idea that we're not working with leaders necessarily on solving those technical problems that they're presented with on a day-to-day basis. For all of us that are leaders out there, we know that oftentimes our days are spent just problem solving all day long. And it's usually the technical problems that you can go to an expert for and get those solved pretty quickly. But this particular curriculum forces our leaders to take a look at those adaptive challenges, which are those challenges that take more time to solve. You need to engage more people in the process of resolving or making progress on those challenges. And we work with them on how to do that. And, when you look at challenges that are presented to leaders in Medina County, as you begin to learn about some of the issues and the challenges that are out there, looking back on those, you do realize that those aren't challenges that can be solved very quickly. Those are challenges that, you need to engage people around the table at. You need to be able to take a look at that challenge and really diagnose what are the challenges within the problem. And they could take years, sometimes, months or years to come to a resolution or make progress on. So we work with our class on how to address those challenges and give them the skills to be able to do so. So every single class day will involve a module from that curriculum. Additionally, what we will do is we will bring in corporate trainers, we will bring in university professors, experts in the field of different topics on professional development topics that employers have shared with us that they are struggling with. So we'll do a number of assessments with the class. We do the Clifton Strengths Finders, which is the top 5 strengths. And we bring somebody in to present that, and then also do the assessment and do some coaching with the class on how to utilize those strengths to become more effective leaders. We also bring in somebody to do emotional intelligence, which is very hot right now, where they actually learn more about themselves in terms of how they interact with other people and socially, and how that affects them in the workplace and in their community. And we will also do an assessment on conflict. We do a conflict assessment in terms of how they deal with conflict. And then we bring somebody in that actually works with them on understanding how conflict can be not only, it can be productive or unproductive, depending on how you lead through it. And so there's actually a module in the Your Leadership Edge curriculum that works with them on how to raise that heat just to the point of, productive conflict and coming out with resolution. So we work with them on that. We work with them on self-awareness and self-advocacy, communication skills. We do an excerpt. We just finished a problem-solving class day with Dr. Edwin Meyer from Baldwin Wallace University, and probably one of our most challenging days. I know Mark and Ashley can attest to this, where he actually brings in problems and for the class to solve. And it was really interesting watching him do that, because when you get a room full of leaders trying to solve a problem, they are very, very, the word I like to use is grit. They're not going to quit until they've solved that problem. So we had a lot of fun with that. And then we do a networking skills. We're bringing in both Bob Arnold, the networking guru here in Medina County, to work with our class on how to network and be more comfortable with it. And this year we're actually going to bring in somebody from a graduate from our junior leadership program who is now in the corporate world. Her name is Allie Bryan, and she's going to work with us on how to network successfully and effectively on social media like LinkedIn to build your network and to build your business. So a lot of great stuff in the program. How to apply, much like the junior leadership program and the signature leadership program, there is an application process, so you'd have to go online and apply. The applications for the program open today, and the deadline to apply is July 1st. So, and like Carrie said, they do also have to live, and they can work in Medina County as well. So if you're not from the county, but you work in Medina County, we welcome your application as well, because we know that you got a stake in making Medina County a better place as well. The one thing I will share also is that we do offer opportunities for our Lead Institute class to network with our signature leadership class as well, because there are opportunities. I think there's 2 class days, and then they will actually graduate together, so that the leaders can come together and kind of get to know each other, and hope, we're thinking that there's going to be some mentorship opportunities to come out of that as well. So, so I guess if you have any questions about this program, I've had a lot of fun putting it together. We've got some great trainers, a phenomenal curriculum that's getting some very positive feedback. If you're a leader who's looking for the professional development side of growing as a leader, this program may be right for you. I do offer the opportunity for anybody to reach out to me personally, and I would be happy to schedule some time to get some coffee, go to lunch, answer any questions that you have. Feel free to pass my name along to anybody who you think might be interested in the program, and I'd be happy to reach out to them as well. So at this point, I will stop sharing my screen, and I will turn the mic over to our Executive Director, Ms. Colleen Rice, to tell you a little bit more about the Signature Leadership Program and the experience that you'll have with that.
Thank you so much, Terry. These are exciting times for Leadership Medina County. This year, we're selecting our 31st signature class. You're part of something even bigger, as many of our nation's leadership programs are currently also accepting applications. We're a proud member of the Association of Leadership Programs, where we share and learn best practices from leadership programs across the nation. This year is our 30th anniversary, and we have over 1,000 graduates who've gone through the signature program. This program is the ultimate listening tour of Medina County. It's a must-have for anyone looking to lead at a community level. This class promises to be a listening tour that will transform your perspectives on the Medina County area. And in the process, you'll find that you'll gain some new insights along the way, such as leaders see issues through different sets of lenses as they connect with people at different levels or in different situations. They discover assets and resources that might have gone overlooked and could be connected in other new ways. They check their assumptions against the realities of community life. You'll gain many leadership competencies during your signature year. And as a bonus, you'll make lifelong friends with like-minded community leaders. There isn't a day that I don't open the paper to see our alumni in action in our community. And when you look at community collaborations in Medina County, it's difficult to find one that doesn't have a leadership graduate involved in some way. And that's the goal of our signature program, the class year. It's the program we're asking you to consider today. And it consists of 12 days and a 2-day retreat spread over 9 months starting in September. And it's designed to educate, connect, and involve community leaders with the goal of strengthening our communities. We educate through an examination of local issues, guided by key players and decision makers involved in those areas. We connect by fostering relationships among classmates in the program and then reaching beyond the class to a larger pool of leadership alumni and graduates and active leaders in our community. It's easy to connect at alumni events and by using our online directory. And we involve not only through a class service project during the class year, but by becoming involved in the county by using the education and those relationships to follow your vision for Medina County and to become involved in something for the greater good of all of our communities. Our application process ensures that every class is balanced and inclusive, including a variety of careers, geographic locations, and points of view. Once we receive your application, we'll set up an interview with our selection committee. We generally accept between 36 and 40 individuals with demonstrated leadership abilities or leadership potential who are committed to being involved in the community. And that's so vital. You have to be committed to being involved in the community. You must live or work in Medina County to apply. And applying is simple. All you have to do is request an application by emailing me, or you can get that link to request an application on our website. Applications are due by June 1st, and our tuition is $2,200. I'm asking you tonight to please make a commitment to invest in yourself and in Medina County by applying to Leadership Medina County, to one of our programs, and being a part of something bigger than yourself.